Introducing the Ex Argilla Bistahieversor, which is a brand new large carnivore to come to the game. This is a beautiful looking mod, and if you don't know what Bistahieversor is, it's an early Tyrannosaur. So its ancestor, of course, to the big, bad and the wonderful T-Rex, as what every news article would say about this dinosaur, or in theory, every single carnivore that gets named. Even if it's from the Triassic, you'd see a newspaper saying it's related to Rex somehow. But anyways, I digress. This is a beautiful mod made by the Ex Argilla team. We are here seeing it now. Here it is. And of course, the subspecies are, you've got CLE, you've got the stocky version, and you've got the standard version. Then you have slim, then you have larger crest, Lithronax based, battle damaged, which is missing an eye, if you can tell. I don't know if you can tell there, but like it's got one eye missing. Then you've got the Dryptosaurid version, which has a longer snout, and its build is, I don't know. And then you go to the default version. Yeah, so the Dryptosaurid has a thinner snout. Anyways, for the male and female, you've got the male and you've got the female. The coloration change for male and female is mainly on the crest. You can see it goes from blue to yellow. Now let's go ahead, showcase it in game, showcase it off, and see what it can do. So, this is the Bistahieversor, and it currently has one attack as a baby, and that is the bite attack. It's a very decent attack when it comes to that, and of course, you know, when you're fighting your baby dinosaur against anything, we've got an iguanodon here because we're comparing it to the adult later. It does, of course, very, very little damage. You can tell it does barely anything there to the iguanodon. Of course, however, these are the calls for the dinosaur. Bistahieversor has a lot of abilities, so showcasing all of these off is actually going to be quite the pain. But it has lots of head abilities, and it has lots of common abilities, lots of sensors, everything you could ask for. For the sensors, or the common ability, sorry, we've got Fierce, which increases attack damage by 10% and decreases defense by 5%. Balanced, defensive, which is defense by 5% and decreases speed by 5%. And athletic, which increases stamina by 15% and decreases attack by 5%. Moving on to the head, there's quite a bit here. You've got 5 different attacks you can choose from. You've got 2 slots to fill, so you have to pick and choose. And this is what you get: a bite that does medium damage, charge decimation, which is a charge up bite to inflict 2 strikes of heavy damage. Destroyer is a light damage dealing attack that decreases target's armor by 5%, can stack up to 5 times. A headbutt. And you've got Snare, which is a light damage dealing attack that decreases the target's turn radius by 8%, able to stack up to 5 times, which is insane. Of course, you've got 2 abilities or senses, Musician and Lone Hunter. Standard abilities here that are already in base game dinosaurs. For your diets, you've got Hyper Carnivore and Scavenger, and then for your hides, you have Resilient Scales, Tough Scoots, Lightweight Scales. Then for your legs, you get a right and a left kick that deals medium knockback. I don't know if it does damage, but it does knockback. For your back limb abilities, you get long distance runner, and then you get traction as well. Standard base game abilities. For your tail, you get armored tail. You get a tail attack that causes light damage, and you get balanced tail as well. This is where it's interesting. You get 4 vocal calls to choose from, 2 choices or slots to fill, so you get 2 choices. Once again, pick and choose like your attacks. You've got War Drum, which increases the cooldowns of all creatures within a 30-meter radius by 50% for 1 minute. Debilitate, which decreases the current stamina of all creatures within a 30-meter radius by 25%. Then you get Intimidator, which decreases the attack of all creatures within a 30-meter radius by 30% for 45 seconds. And finally, Thundering Rumble, which decreases the speed of all creatures within a 30-meter radius by 15% for 45 seconds. So, it's now time to showcase all of the attacks. I'm going to start with each of the head attacks. The standard one is obviously the standard bite, which does medium damage. Not too much on a dinosaur like an iguanodon, but it is decent. The next one is charged decimation. Now this one is the big bite, which apparently does a dual hit, I'm assuming from the claws too, and yes, it does. And that is quite a bit of damage there. Next up is destroyer, which doesn't do as much damage, and then you got the headbutt as well, which does knockback, so do bear that one in mind. And finally, we have snare as well. Snare is an interesting one, mainly because, obviously, like the one before, it's not going to do as much damage, but it does stack and do a debuff. What's interesting to note is the cooldown on it is quite long, so I don't know how long that stack is going to last. Then we move to the kick attacks. Let's start off with the one on the left, which does a bit of knockback as well, and the damage for the one on the right is going to be the same too, but this is it. Yeah, once again, not that much damage anyways, but it does the knockback. We're going to keep going here because we also end up with the tail attack, and that does very, very light damage. It actually has a 3-second cooldown as well, so do bear that in mind. The Bistahieversor mod comes with 17 skins. That's obviously a lot. I mean, it is a lot for any mod, and it's a lot for any base creature as well. So this is all of them. You got the default one, and this is all the patterns. You got the Woma skin, which is a gorgeous skin. I love the change in the pattern on the head mainly. You get Chuck Waller, probably my favorite so far. There'll be a theme with the ones that are my favorites. You got the Robin. You get the Speckled. Then you get the Masked, which is going to be another one of my favorites as well by the looks of it. The Granite skin. The Collared skin. The Hyena skin. Followed up by Blue Throat. This is a callback to the Blue Throat skin that is on the Bistahieversor. Literally exactly the same almost. It is gorgeous. Then you get the Albatross, another one of my favorites. A lovely blend of oranges, reds, blacks, all that. And you get the Nova skin, callback to the Bistahieversor as well. Then you get the Monster skin, which is another really, really pretty skin. I think this one is the one that was a thumbnail for the Path of Times mod showcase video. I'm not sure, because they released one, didn't they? Then you've got the Deinocheirus. I don't know how to say that. I've definitely messed that one up really badly. But, yeah. Then you've got the Osprey. The Albino. And then finally, the Melanistic skin as well. So there we have it. That is the Bistahieversor by Ex Argilla. I gotta say, this thing is pretty good. I really like it. And I gotta say, it also moves really nicely as well. For a large carnivore, which I'm assuming is a free slot, this is a decent dinosaur. Now, I haven't actually figured out what group size it is, but size-wise, it seems like it's on par with those that are free slot. But other than that, if you want to see another mod that has released, I recommend this video, which is the Eotrike TLC, or the Eotrike Armored Eotrike by Fei Long. That also released. The video that I made is an old one, covering it before it released. However, most of that still stands. Aside from the bugs, they've all been patched. So go check it out. Model and everything has not changed. Anyways, I'll see you later. Have a great day. Peace.